Yo, you already know it's ATM Wavy, aka Mr. OMG, and you know it's me in this Wavy's world. Salute to all the surfers. You already know we got another Surfer Nation situation. You feel me? Alright, I got an update for y'all. Yeah, I skipped the intro again. When I'm doing the big U thing, you feel me? I ain't gonna lie, like I need everybody, like I said, to stay tapped in and not tap out, because y'all be tapping out because of my intro. But the intro coming back, don't get it twisted. It's only for just this segment, for real, when it comes to this situation. But anyway, you already know, man. Salute to all the surfers. Appreciate all y'all for pulling up. Get ready to hit that like, that comment, you already, and also that sub so you can holler at the blood. So I'm gonna try to make this quick for y'all, real quick for y'all, and I got some clips for y'all. Yeah, I got some clips for y'all, you know what I'm saying? So we can, get up to speed on what things looking like as of right now, all right? So, first, last time I spoke, Big U was considered a fugitive. He's no longer that. He has turned himself in. And on his way to turn himself in, he decided to run this clip. Well, he decided to do a video, but I'm gonna run this clip of him doing this video. But it's like a mashup of 600 basically responding to what Big U was saying. All right, so I'm gonna run this full clip, and then we're gonna get back to this.
Turn myself in to see what's going on. They talking about I'm a fugitive. So they just raided all my houses. 600 was actually with the police when they raided my house. And he's actually got video and footage of it. So y'all know what y'all dealing with. And I just want to say this to y'all. When they raided my houses and my property, it was asking about whack, loose cannon, 600, and this internet stuff. All of y'all filed. All y'all who be sending around the internet, all y'all who be promoting and listening to what these men, all y'all giving these likes and hidden likes, all y'all supporting this. All y'all guilty as fuck. If you had something against a black man, you should handle it with a black man in the streets. Wack said 100 times he was gonna take my contracts. He working with the FBI. The FBI went to the city 3 days in a row and told the city they didn't want nobody to give me no more money. They went to all the different celebrities and told all the different celebrities, don't give me no money, don't help me, don't do nothing for me. They going around scaring and intimidating everybody. But y'all sending it around getting people in trouble. Like y'all don't understand what the FBI do to black men who try to help their community. I ain't been nothing but a help to our community. But I guess it is what it is. This the price of being black and trying to help somebody, trying to help your community and do what you can. You're just guilty because somebody else don't like you and they can go on the internet and do what the fuck they want to and y'all gonna promote it. It's crazy. But I'm going to go turn myself in though. Cause I ain't did nothing.
Hey man. Hey, free Big U, man. You know it's crazy. I be sliding through the hood like I'm sliding through the hood, right? Just do my, I always be doing my homework on certain things, right? And I slide by the boy house. They got it all taped off, man. Somebody pray for Big U. Yeah, free Big U, man. They got all his cars taped off. His his whole front window was bashed in. I ride by. I'm like, hold on, cuz, like what you... Hey man, on the 6 man, whatever you call it, and he don't know he used the developing option to pay his bills. Man, don't nobody give a fuck about none of that, bro. Talk about that DNA that was found on that boy on that dead body fingernails, nigga. Why you ain't talking about that? Don't nobody give a fuck about them gang members, bro. Address that mama or that boy who was living with you for 3 years, bro, and your DNA was found on that dead body fingernails. Over here dying laughing. This nigga Big U said I was with the feds when they raided his house. This nigga's hilarious, but that's what he do though. When he get mad, he get pressured, he start throwing jackets on niggas. This what he do. He either say you're a crackhead, you're a rat. That's what he do. That's his go-to. You feel what I'm saying? Nigga, how am I with the feds, bro, when I came to the house, bro? They hit you like at 4 in the morning, bro. I got the car at 7. I stopped what I was doing because I don't want to speak until I got the content, nigga. I shot over there, nigga. You was already gone. Your whole window was all busted open when I put up over there, nigga. But this is what this dude do, bro. Then when he on his way to turn himself in, you know what he said? He said the feds need to arrest Whack 100, 600, bro. That nigga telling them niggas to come get us, bro. Nigga, I ain't broke a law in 10 years, nigga. I ain't listing y'all indictment, bro. Wow. Hey, man. Y'all, somebody go check on Big U. His whole house is bashed in, man. You feel?
All right, so Big U is obviously pissed, as he should be, right? Now, he was basically like putting blame on, you know, dudes going to the internet, playing his internet, you know what I mean, talking too much, you feel me? Whack 100, you know, he spoke on freaking Whack, you know what I mean? He also said 600 and saying how 600 was dead when they did the actual raid and everything. Now, 600, you know, he basically like fluctuate between like being a Crip and being a cop. You know what I'm saying? It's like whenever the wind blow, he decide to put on 60 or put on the COP. You know what I'm saying? But he had to say what he had to say. And I've seen other videos too, just, you know what I mean, just coming across things, and basically 600 is saying like, I just happened to be riding by and seeing what was going on. Like I wasn't there when the situation happened. Like he was basically already gone, you know what I'm saying? Like everything had already happened. He seen the aftermath of it because somebody hit him up saying like, yo, they over here running down on Big U's crib, you feel me? So whether that's how he found out or whether he had direct line to them agents, I don't know, you feel me? We don't know exactly what's going on. So I can't put nothing on him. Yeah, I called him Snitch Hunter in the last video. A lot of people call him Snitch Hunter, but he ain't on no paperwork that I seen his name on. So technically I can't call him that, but do he participate in snitch-like activities? Oh, now that's a whole different situation right there, you know what I'm saying? He do be raising his hand, participating. But anyway, we're gonna go on from this, you know what I'm saying? Now, I'm gonna fill y'all in real quick on the situation with the kid who got unalived, all right? So y'all know amongst many of the charges that fall under this RICO, I mean, especially pointing towards Big U specifically, from extortion to basically committing fraud as far as the business goes, saying that his business made a certain amount, like $500,000 in profit or something like that. It was a 6-figure number, but really it was at a loss for like 5,000, but he lied to get loans, you know what I'm saying? Him, you know, committing, I guess, like violence towards people and having other people do violent things towards the other, but that all go under the extortion too, you know what I'm saying? And it's this murder, this unaliving of Rashawn Williams, I believe his name is. Yeah, so Rashawn Williams, that whole situation right there, you know, certain things came out in the indictment saying like a whole story behind it, saying Rashawn was supposed to have been doing some music out there in Vegas at a studio. I might just sum it up real quick. Probably doing some music out there at a studio, you feel me? He was taking long to pull up to the studio, and they end up hitting up Big U. Big U ended up going out there to Vegas to see what was up. Nah, I mean, got the old boy in the studio, Rashawn. He went in the studio. Apparently, he made a diss song to Big U. All right, we don't know if Big U heard it or didn't hear it. They didn't specify. At least I ain't hear whether he heard it or not. But he made this diss song, and in this diss song, he mentioned about a 38, like basically like him messing around. He gonna end up getting like a 38 shot to the face. Blah blah blah. Ain't gonna drop no shells. Blah blah blah. Know what I'm saying? So fast forward. They're saying, this is what they're saying in the indictment. Big U and one of his co-conspirators conspirators that's with him, that's on that indictment too. Sylvester, I think they said his last name was. Anyway, he supposedly had went to the Airbnb, you know what I'm saying, got Rashawn. This is after this song was recorded. Got him, took him out to the desert, supposedly shot him like once in the face or a couple times in the face and everything, and I think hit him somewhere else in the body. Took him out of the car, put him in the freaking ditch, you know what I mean? Left, went back to the studio because they said, oh, him leaving the Airbnb, when he left the Airbnb with Big U, he had his bags packed. They said it was early though. He wasn't scheduled to check out for like another day or two, something like that. But either way, he was leaving early. Let me mention that. But anyway, boom. So Big U comes back. And then when he go back to the studio, one of the security guards said that he was like drenched in water or a sweat, but he said, hey, I just came from the freaking gym. Boom. Next thing you know, they end up something not settling right. They end up calling out for the people, you know, basically reporting old boy missing type of deal. They find Rashawn in the desert, in the ditch, and he had so happened to be shot with a 38. I believe they said it was exactly a 38, but either way, it was a revolver. I believe they said 38, no shells, dropped. Basically, kind of like what he pictured. He was shot in the face too, just like what the diss song was saying. I've never heard of diss song. I don't think the diss song ever even made it beyond that freaking studio, but witnesses and everything stated this. All right, boom. So that's where that murder comes in at. The DNA part that they said was under his nails. It's supposedly it was inconclusive what they found under his nail due to like the freaking weather or something like that. Something, it was due to something that they couldn't get the DNA profile, a perfect DNA profile from under his nails or wherever they were trying to get it from. That's what I had saw when I was watching the video that was going through everything. And there's videos out there, if y'all want the full breakdown, there's a couple of videos out there now. So y'all can just type on YouTube Big U in indictment and everything. And, you know, get ready to get you some popcorn, you feel me? Because those videos are usually long. So that's that. So now we have Luce Cannon and briccbaby situation, because, you know, I wasn't sure what they was being charged with and what their part was. First, let me just say it's not as much on them as it is on Big U, at least not for now. All right. So what I have here, right, is first, let me play Luce Cannon's first phone call, because he called in. You know what I'm saying? So let me play his first phone call.
Instructions to register this number as a private number.
Hey, baby.
Hello? Yeah.
Hey. I have IBM Hoodlin on the line. You want to say something to him?
Yeah. Make sure you keep putting your foot on everybody's neck. Your foot to the pedal. Drop the music and everything like that every single day. Like, everybody gonna smash. This is the beginning, but this is where we go up and up and up and up and up. Like, it looks like a bad situation, but it's not. It's going to be the best for all of us. We're going to keep going. I'm going to do content every single day. Like, just because I'm in here right now, I'll be out real fast. But, sweetie, I need everybody to be yelling that. I need everybody to still be calling out the sweetheart. I need everybody that like this still grind, this IBM or shout out to everybody that you know what I'm saying, we just did
You got you, Ken. You already know we're gonna hold it down. Definitely.
Definitely. Like every day. We're gonna still have content. We still gonna do things that nobody else is doing.
And what do you have to say to the haters?
Keep watching, because y'all gonna be upset even more when the outcome comes.
Okay. All right. Well, y'all heard it first from Luce Cannon, aka my husband.
All right, so y'all see this dude right here. First of all, his sweetie, that joint was hella dry. That joint was sweet. That joint had hella candy on it. You feel me? That joint wasn't loud. None of that joint was sweetie. Like it ain't funny because the situation he in. I mean, ain't nothing to be happy about. But I'm just saying the way he popping it and. You know, he trying to keep his spirit up. You know what I mean? You know, he's still talking about content. Like, dog, you shouldn't even worry about content, G. You feel me? You should not be worrying about content, G. But anyway, he's talking about content and everything, you know what I'm saying? And hey, whatever. But I'm gonna play this next clip, and this next clip is basically gonna be a quick breakdown on what got Luce Cannon caught up in this situation. And this clip is by what they call Rap News Street Politics. All right, word. So the next two clips is gonna be from this dude channel. He made some good videos, especially about the gang culture out there. So if you haven't heard of him, check him out. You know what I'm saying? Word. So we're gonna play this clip, and after this clip, we're gonna get back to this.
So not too long after this homicide took place in Vegas, Big U is back doing a regular situation in LA, shaking businesses down. And Luce Cannon is said to be one of the quote unquote enforcers of his shakedown crew. And there was one particular spot that Luce Cannon implied that he had dealings with in a weed dispensary in LA. Now, the owner of the dispensary was charged tax every month by Big U and Big U Enterprises to the tune of some months $25,000 a month if business was booming. But of course, that number was fluctuating. But at some point, the owner of this weed dispensary, who is a cooperating witness, of course, decided to stop paying because he didn't see the benefit of being taxed and shook down. So Big U sends Luce Cannon and some other dudes to rob him and put that pressure on him to make sure he's paying. And at this point, once Luce and all these dudes brought the work back to Big U, he also called the owner of the weed dispensary to come to the house as well, in which he gave him his items back, but put his tax on it to make sure he was getting his money. Now, the feds allege that Luce Cannon did nothing but corroborate the witness stories by telling all of this information on nojumper, where they said Williams admitted to the robbery and the aftermath on the podcast. He also stated that he was Big U's right-hand man and started to implicate himself and Big U in certain crimes on these podcasts, which made Big U send that cease and desist to nojumper and Vlad TV. The fans was watching.
All right, so Luce Cannon, he supposed to be alleged enforcer of Big U. But you see what they mentioned, right? They been watching what he's been saying on this social media. Know what I mean? So they ain't even need no wiretap. They just basically had to just tap in to nojumper and tap into other social media he on because he talked crazy, right? And now the fact that they're tying him to a situation, because I ain't play the whole clip because I don't really know how Rap News Street Politics, how he do with the strike. I never used any of his content before, so I'm not really trying to like push the freaking limit. But y'all can watch his whole video, you know what I'm saying? Y'all want to see the whole thing. But the gist of it is talking too much. And if you really tired of something, you for sure shouldn't be talking too much about any of that. You know what I'm saying? Any of that. You feel me? So that right there should be a lesson. And I just spoke about that on my last video. I spoke about how, yo, if you active and still active in the same way, if I was still out here active, you feel me? I wouldn't even be on social media. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? We wouldn't be on social media. And another thing, this wasn't in this clip, but I'm just gonna give y'all this. It was also brought up that they took note of the situation that happened behind nojumper with the dude Jay Reed. You feel me? Yeah, all that was brought up too. They took note of all that. The fact that now they already said it, they already documented it, so I could say it right now because they were trying to be vague about it when this all happened. But when you watch that video, you see Luce Cannon pull the strap out. You feel me? And then you hear whack like, oh, chill. You feel me? So they spoke on all that. Dude that got robbed, you know, Jay Reed got his freaking watch took, all that. Now I don't know if Jay Reed, if he had told, because it sounded like he was thinking about it, and you already know Jay Reed got smut on his name anyway with the whole he got a weird case. Why is he around? You know what I'm saying? So hey, right now Jay Reed ain't got nothing to lose anyway, so I wouldn't be surprised if he ended up popping up as a witness. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that was brought up too, just not in that clip I had played. So that's what got Luce Cannon in it though. You feel me? They got him basically as like an enforcer when it came to extorting and everything, because they were supposed to have been like extorting NFL players, boxers, rappers. Like they just out here supposedly, allegedly doing all these things, right? So now, next we got briccbaby, all right? We're gonna keep it rolling. We got briccbaby, all right? So it's another one from Rap News, Street Politics, you feel me? And he gonna basically, you know, let you know where briccbaby part comes in at. So after this clip, you know we're gonna get back to this.
Briccbaby, on the other hand, they initiated that Title III, man, and he was on there talking about a robbery. November 11, 2022, it said that Big U coordinated with Zaire Mitchell, aka briccbaby, on how much Zaire would give Big U out of his proceeds from a robbery that he committed. So he was shaking briccbaby down. All that popping it. But this is why he was still allowed to participate in hood activities and claim the hood, bang the hood, do all this. He getting shaken down by the OG. So all them dudes, Don Bonelli, everybody that was calling him out, come to the hood, that shit didn't matter because he was paying his dues. As you should. I mean, that's what.
So basically, he's supposed to be in there for a robbery that Big U benefited from, supposedly, allegedly. You know, all right? So they're saying he got somebody. Big U needed parts on that. You know, you feel me? And he had to do that, basically, you know what I mean? Pay the way he weigh, you feel me? So it seemed like Big U allegedly extorting everybody, even his own homies, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's getting it, you know what I mean? You know what they said about the situation with Nipsey and him too, so you know, that's been a question coming up now too since everything, but you know what I mean? Hold on, we're gonna take baby steps though, baby steps, because a lot gonna be coming out, Y'all know how these RICO cases go. You feel me? It's hella layers to this, hella layers. All right. So, Bricc, he got caught on the wiretap. It wasn't even about him saying nothing crazy on an interview or, you know what I mean, while he on nojumper. This was the actual wiretap where they got this information from. So, look, we playing with the feds. I'ma say alleged because it's all alleged, you feel me, until proven, all right? But the feds, you know, we all know how things go. So right now, it's a complaint anyway, all right? This is not, they haven't officially been indicted on the charges or haven't charged. That, like, basically, it haven't moved to that final step where the evidence is enough to prove like, all right, you're for sure charged with this. It's no longer in complaint status. Like, you're on your way to being indicted on this, all right? So with that being said, I got one last clip for y'all. But before I play this one last clip, because this last clip is actually Big U's first court appearance. So he actually goes to court. You're not gonna see him. It's straight audio, all right? But, and this right here is compliments of Bomb First, all right? Bomb First, that's the name of the YouTube channel. And that's Reggie Wright, who was the dude that basically took over Death Row when Suge was going through what he was going through. And he's also the former Los Angeles police officer, all right? But he got a channel, Bomb First, pretty smooth channel and everything. So they had this. So before I dip, I'm gonna do all my closeout and I'm gonna let this rock out for those that just interested in hearing what he got, what's basically being said during court. I don't know. Hopefully these dudes got money. I mean, I want to say that because it's not going to be cheap. And from what they saying, Big U bread is not as long as was made to be seen. know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I don't know how much legal money he has, but y'all know if the feds suspect that a lot of your bread is dirty, they gonna freeze a lot of assets. You know what I'm saying? So you ain't gonna be able to touch probably hardly anything. So you're gonna have to hope that friends come through and all that. And I don't know how many friends Big U truly got, because it make him seem like everybody was only rocking with him out of fear. So if that is the case, nah, man, it might not be too much coming in, but to sustain the payments for a RICO trial, know what I mean? Like, listen, just fighting like fighting a murder something by itself is already gonna cost a lot. You know what I'm saying? So to fight a whole RICO, something with so many layers, and a lot of times dudes be having more than one attorney for these type of cases. Hopefully Big U could afford this. Hopefully everybody else could afford this, because y'all gonna need it. Y'all gonna public defender, or I don't know how the feds work. If they public defend, just regular public defender, I don't know how that feds work. I've never been to the feds, you feel me? So I don't really know too much about the feds to be, know what I mean, speaking on how the whole system works. But I know for sure that money gonna have to be working. I don't give a damn if it's the feds or the state. All right. So listen, I just want to fill y'all in real quick. I don't want to hold y'all too long. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, other videos out there, y'all want the long breakdowns, then you know, definitely videos out there. Know what I'm saying? So with that being said, you already know it's ATM Wavy, aka Mr. OMG, and you know it's me in this Wavy's world. Salute to all the surfers, man. You know I appreciate every last one of y'all that pull up, man. Know what I'm saying? So you like this joint, hit that like. You got something to say, hit that comment section, all right? Feel me? And you already know, also, hit that sub so you can holler at the blood. Become a part of the Surfer Nation, man. All right? And last but not least, always look both ways before you cross that street, because you might get hit.
2:25 MJ 1494 United States of America versus Eugene Henley Jr. Counsel, please state your appearances for the record.
Okay. So, Mr. Henley, as you know, we're here today because you've been charged by the United States with a felony through a document called a complaint. What I'm going to do is start by reviewing some of the documents I received from you and your attorney. Then I'll have some questions for you, and then we'll talk about your case a little bit, okay? All right.
Yes, sir.
So, Mr. Targowski, I did receive a financial affidavit, but I understand that you are retained, so I'm going to just.
No. I'm part of the CJA panel and seeking appointment.
Oh, I'm sorry, my mistake.
I believe my client will be retained as private counsel. I've spoken to 2 private attorneys, so I would seek a provisional appointment.
No problem. Okay. Let me review the financial affidavit. This is my mistake. We'll take a step back. Here's what I would say. I do think it's questionable, Mr. Henley, that you qualify for appointment of counsel at no cost. In spite of that, I will appoint Mr. Targowski here today from the CJA panel. Here's what I'm going to say. If it sounds like your plan is to retain counsel,
Yes, sir.
okay. If that doesn't happen, I'm just going to, Mr. Targowski, if you're not replaced by retained counsel in, let's say, 2 weeks, then I'm going to direct you to notify the court. And what I will do is I will require Mr. Henley to pay CJA rates. It's essentially is a nominal rate that defendants who can afford to pay appointed counsel. It's basically like $170 an hour, which is far below what Mr. Targowski is worth. But it's something.
75.
All right, there you go. But really, if you have, for defendants who have the means to pay, so, but I'll go ahead with it. Up to 2 weeks will be free on the United States. Okay. Any questions about that?
No, sir.
All right. So the next document I'm going to review, Mr. Henley, is this advisement of defendant's statutory and constitutional rights. I'm holding up my copy of the document. This document describes your rights, Mr. Henley, as a criminal defendant under federal law and the United States Constitution. It looks like you signed this document on the second page. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Before signing the document, did you read it or have it read to you?
Yes, sir.
And do you feel like you understand your rights?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions for me about what your rights are?
No, sir. Regarding the documents.
Okay. And if you have questions at any time about your rights,
I got a question about this.
give you confidential expert legal advice at any time. If you want to take a break and ask some questions, just let me know, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Mr. Tarkowski, do you agree that your client understands his rights?
Yeah.
Okay.
Paul first.
All right. So as I said, Mr. Henley, we're here because you've been charged through a document called a complaint. I'm holding up my copy of the complaint, pretty thick document. Have you and your attorney received a copy of this complaint, Mr. Henley?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Have you had an opportunity to review that with your attorney?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions about what the allegations against you are?
No, sir.
Do you understand what the government is accusing you of?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mr. Tarkowski, do you agree that your client understands the nature of the allegations against him?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, Mr. Henley, if you do have any questions in the future, I know you don't now, but if you have any in the future, you can always ask Mr. Tarkowski. And he has a copy of this, you have a copy of this, you can review it together, you can review it with you at your leisure, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, because you are charged by complaint and have not been indicted by a grand jury, you're entitled to something called a preliminary hearing. A preliminary hearing is a hearing at which the government would be required to present evidence to establish probable cause to support the charges against you. It's my understanding that you'd like to go forward and schedule a preliminary hearing. Is that right, Mr. Tarkowski?
That's correct. We're not.
Okay. So I will schedule a preliminary hearing in this case for April 3rd, 2025 at 11:30 a.m. That'll be in this courtroom before Judge Kaufman. I'm also going to schedule a post-indictment arraignment date for April 8th, 2025 at 11:30 a.m. Also in this courtroom, also before Judge Kaufman. Okay? Yeah. 11:30, April 8th, and then preliminary hearing is April 3rd. Same time, same courtroom, same time. Okay, no worries. I have to do that check. So what I'm going to do now, Mr. Henley, because this is your first appearance in this case before me, I'm going to instruct the government pursuant to a law called the Due Process Protections Act. That's a law specifically designed to protect criminal defendants such as yourself. Therefore, Mr. Butler, Ms. McCabe, pursuant to the Due Process Protections Act and Central District General Order 21-02, the court will order the government to comply with the disclosure obligations under Bricc versus Maryland in its precedent, and the court reminds the government of the possible consequences of not doing so. Those include the exclusion of evidence, adverse jury instruction, dismissal of charges, contempt, referral to a disciplinary authority, and sanctions. Does the government understand its obligations and agree to comply? No, thank you. Okay, thank you. So I think those are all the preliminary matters, other than moving to the government's notice of request for detention. If I missed anything, let me know. Otherwise, the court is in receipt of a notice of request for detention. Mr. Butler, is the government still moving for detention in this matter? And have the parties reached any agreement on the government's request that should be where?
Only that I believe the defense is going to be asking for continuance of the contested detention hearing.
Okay. Thank you for pointing that out. Mr. Tarkowski, are you ready to proceed with the detention hearing today, or would you like a continuance?
I'd like a continuance to the 31st, Your Honor. I'm in consultations with more than one retained attorney who has asked me for that. I would schedule it sooner, but I have a trial before Judge Barat on Tuesday. I talked to the government. I think if we set something on or around March 31st, that would give ample time for retained counsel to take over the properly handle detention.
Okay. So what you're contemplating is Monday the 31st. Is that what you'd like to do, Mr. Henley?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let me see, what is today? I know. The Today's the 20th. Oh, it's Thursday.
Probably due to my availability next week.
Okay. And are we gonna have retained counsel to do the 27th?
I'm almost certain of it. I'm spoken to an individual named David Chesnell, who has already communicated with my clients, and I believe that's what his plan is. To retain that individual.
Okay. What if we, okay, so
I can handle the detention hearing if that doesn't happen on the 31st, but in order to accommodate my schedule, it couldn't happen next week.
Okay. And the government has no objection to the longer than 5 days.
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Well,
so given the seriousness of this charge, given that there's probably going to be 20 or 30 sureties, many of them are here, that would have to be interviewed by pretrial services and evaluated, given that my client would probably research whether a property bond could be something he could pursue, given all of those things that really have a proper detention hearing, it may take longer than.
understood. In some sense, I kind of feel like it's your prerogative because Mr. Henry, you will be temporarily detained pending this hearing. That's what we're talking about. Normally, we only continue up to 5 days. You are asking for more than 5 days. You're the one who will be held in custody until this hearing happens. So I kind of feel like if you want extra time, it's up to you. So it's fine with me if it's fine with you, Mr. Henry. We can also move it, sort of, you can send us an email, and if you're able to do it sooner, we can make it sooner. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
So we can do it later at your request. It's at your request that we're doing it, so it's fine with me. I actually can't do it on the 31st, so it'll be the duty judge, I think is what will happen, or what will happen? Well, I'll find someone else to do it.
I might blaze one, yeah. Wavy. But if the boy tall slick, I'ma blaze.